Good morning, everybody. Today we are working on window light boxes in our house. I decided to record over the audio from the filming because there's a lot of screaming going on in the background in some cases, and that is just the life in our house these days. 2 weeks of home instruction is getting on everybody's nerves a little bit. We're taking it in stride, doing the best we can, but I'm sure you know. So I'm just going to kind of show you or kind of talk about what you see going on in the video. There, I have Grant just using some window crayons and he's coloring on the window. I know some parents may have some anxiety about letting their kids do this, but it is a wonderful activity to let your kids do. You don't have to use these window crayons. They do wash off easily with a window cleaner, so I don't want you to worry about that. I know maybe you're worried about your kids taking it to a wall or some other surface. I get you. I hear you. But if you don't provide these opportunities for doing it in an acceptable place, they may do that anyway with their markers when you're not looking. So getting back onto this video, Grant is just drawing pictures. He's drawing lines. He's drawing a lot of circles, vertical lines you'll see, horizontal lines. You'll see some wavy lines. I'm quite pleased with what I'm seeing. I love him trying to draw a picture. He's pointing that he drew Disney World in here. He drew a picture of me with my big belly, which is fantastic. I don't know what else he's going to draw, but he does get onto a chair at some point and reach up and draw some more. A lot of the things that I like the kids to do is to address putting on the caps, taking off the caps. Good bilateral task. I always encourage the kids to do it on their own instead of handing it to me to handle. I'll help them if they need a little bit of assistance, and you should too. We don't want our children to be frustrated, but also give them the opportunity to try it independently before you jump in and do it for them. Also, when they're done with their activity, cleaning up, they need to know that once they're done making their mess, that they have to clean it up. I also encourage that during OT sessions, and you should too. So here we go. Grant is reaching up as high as he can. I always love seeing kids doing that, getting up on their tippy toes, getting some input into their little legs, their calves. He wants to go even higher. That's why he's like reaching towards the top of the window. So I think I get a chair for him against my better judgment, but I'm an OT. That's what I do. I facilitate these kids getting what they want. But you can see he's been drawing for a while now, and he's getting a lot of exercise into that shoulder. He's even using his left hand on the edge of the door to support himself as he draws. It's nice. I would love to see your kids doing this. And I don't see much fatigue in his shoulder. He takes a break every once in a while, but he's not switching to his left hand, which may indicate to me that he's getting a little tired. He's having fun. So here we have the kids working on a collage with some ripped pieces of tissue paper. Sully is helping me now. We just spritzed the area with a little bit of water mixed with a drop or two of dish detergent. You can use Windex too. Anything that will wet the surface will be fine. And he's just kind of pressing it on within that rectangular area. I taped that off before he got to work. I also pre-ripped the paper. You can have the kids rip their paper, you can have them tape off their own area, whichever you are comfortable with. Things you may want to consider is he's working in tall kneel to do this. You may want to have the kids work in side lying. They could work on their belly and do this. They can sit tailor. They can sit however they like. They can be sitting in their wheelchair to do this. And you can be assisting them apply the paper to the window. And I think he's done. And now we have a beautiful piece of art on our window. And the next activity that I use for our window light box is using washable Crayola markers to color in a taped off area. So I have Grant again working in a window, and he's using the Crayola washable markers to color in each space. I'm letting him pick all the colors.
Great job.
He's just kind of scribbling in. The thing that I like about this activity too, especially for somebody who's just learning how to color and stay within the lines, is that the tape offers a nice, the tape edge I should say, offers a nice indicator for these kids of where to stop and not to keep coloring over the line or the barrier. They just color inside, and he's just staying nice and inside. And you can encourage that by talking to them about it. Oh, you're coloring inside the rectangle. You're coloring inside the triangle. Very nice work. And he's been coloring for a while, and you can see he's switched to using his left hand, I think because his right hand is a little tired, but he switches back right here. He's almost done. And of course, after we're done, we always have him put the caps back on the markers and clean up. Here's the finished product. It's very nice, very pretty. I'm not sure if I should leave the tape up or not. I noticed this while he was cleaning up the markers. Has a nice little reflection with the sun coming through onto the bench. It's pretty. I think it's better with the tape. But I'll leave that up to you to decide what you like better. So here Sully is doing the same activity as Grant. He's using the tape to create his own shape and his own lines within. Ripping tape or ripping paper is a great strengthening activity. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. He's just going to go through the whole process more or less independently. So I can really tell that Sully's getting tired. His poor little arm and shoulder are getting quite a workout working on the window. But he did a nice job, and now here's a part of the job that I know some of my students will love, and it's peeling the tape off the window. We decided to leave one with the tape on and one with the tape off to see what we preferred. I think Sully ends up preferring taking the tape off. It's a little bit harder to see, but it's still a nice little project for them to complete independently. So I hope you try one of these activities in any way that you see fit. Feel free to contact me with any suggestions. Please try to use items that you just have around your house. These washable markers will come right off the window. I have no concerns about that. Obviously the tape is painter's tape and that comes off pretty easily too. I wouldn't suggest leaving tape on any longer than you have to, just because with the sun baking it on, it might be a little bit harder to get off.